folks, I'm going to tell you a little secret. A positive attitude is not enough to create your own reality and acquire the things you desire in this matrix of illusion, because they're incongruent with each other. It takes a lot more. Oh, I know, Norman Vincent Peale, Dr. Alessandro, who took over for him. And I've been to their churches in Manhattan many times, starting back in '86. I have seen them speak, and they're very articulate, very verbose, very loquacious. However, it don't work. It takes a lot more. It takes, number one, focus, concentration. It takes wherewithal to institute that concentration. You have to have willpower, strongest force in the world besides creative imagination. And you have to use creative imagination. You have to focus with deliberate intent. For example, well, forget the example for now. You have to make believe in your mind by using your luminous epinoia that I speak about, that I've acquired from the Gnostic tradition because I am a Gnostic. Gnostics believe salvation could only be acquired by saving yourself. You are the savior you've been looking for. You have to imagine that the things that you covet or desire or want, you already have. And you have to flood that thought with emotion, joy, that you're thankful that you already have it. And I'm going to give you 2 examples. But before I do, you have to then forget about it. Oh yeah, like they say in the Bronx, in East Harlem where I was raised, forget about it. You have to allow it to happen. Give you an example. You want a mink coat? Go out to the store and buy a brand new hanger, a fancy hanger. Stick it in the closet and imagine that the mink coat is already on that hanger. If you're a guy, imagine a real cool leather jacket. And I got about 12 of them. Did I acquire them that way? You better believe it. And you have to now rest. Forget about it. And all of a sudden, your mind will work for you and do the things that you have to do to create the situation in which you acquire that mink coat for the ladies or that nice Andrew Mark long leather coat for the guys. Give you an example. In 2000, the year 2000, I was living in a condo called the Gulf Ocean Club on the Gulf Ocean Mile in New York. I was going back and forth to my townhouse in Plainview, Long Island, on Santa Barbara Drive, off of Manetta Hill Road in the Nassau Villas. It's the only townhouse community in Plainview. It's going back and forth 6 weeks and 6 weeks. Now the Gulf Ocean Mile, I lived on the 4th floor, apartment 406, which was the corner right on the ocean. Very small balcony, but it was very nice. I used to go out there at night with my big, giant binoculars that you've seen me do in a video and actually look up, first without the binoculars, at the sky and see this little black, little grayish haze up in the sky. I would take the binoculars and look up with the binoculars and the 7 stars would appear, gold. That's the Pleiades, for those of you who don't know. Well, it wasn't big enough because it was only about 1,600 square feet. So I did some shopping, and down the block, because the Gulf Ocean Mile is a strip between Fort Lauderdale, between Commercial Boulevard and what is it? Oakland Park Boulevard on the ocean. I checked out a condo in the Galleon. But before I did, and I wound up buying that, and I stole it. But anyway, I put my condo up for sale. I paid only $210,000 for the Gulf Ocean Club condo. And I called in the realtor who happened to be on the board. He was from Brazil. He was on the condo board. He was a creep, a pedantic, haughty POS. And he says, how much you want for the condo? Well, I go for the kill. I'm a mooch hunter. I said $450. He says, you're out of your mind. That's unconscionable. I said, you know, sir, you're unconscionable. I do what I want when I want, and I'm going to get whatever I want. I didn't really expect to get $450, but I wanted to get about $350 or $300 at least. Well, he left, and I decided to play the little game. Now, what I told you before about creative imagination and positive attitude and focus and direct intent, the best time to do that is at night as you're falling asleep. Between sleep and wakefulness. It's called the hypnagogic state, or you could say twilight sleep. I envisioned myself meeting a realtor in the elevator who would actually sell this condo for me, and I would make a score. Well, I did this for about a week. One day I'm in the elevator, and there's an older woman, an Israeli, who happened to be a friend of mine, a nice old gal. My wife got along with her, my ex-wife. And she was with, this is how I met her, by the way. She's talking to 4 younger girls. They were foxy too. So I started kidding around with them, as I do, because that's my way. And I said to her, you're a realtor, aren't you? I just had that gut feeling. I just knew. Right from the gut, I knew. She said, yeah, why? You selling the condo? I says, oh, you want to buy a condo? I'm selling it. She says, how much, where are you? I says, up in 406. Oh, you're right here? Yeah. I said, yeah, I am. He says, how much you want? I says, a lot more than it's worth. She laughed. She said, well, let me come up and see you. She came up. We sat down, me, my ex-wife, and her. She says, what do you want for it? I says, $460,000. I'll try and get 5. She says, wow, you really are a closer. I says, you better believe it. She says, well, we could try, but you know what? Let's give it a shot. 5 months later, I sold that condo for $360,000. And everybody in the building was laughing behind my back. Oh, who does this guy think he is? This New Yorker, he's a wise guy. He thinks who the frack he is. You know what? When they saw me in the elevator at the pool, they just bowed their head in shame. I got the money, and then I bought into Galleon. So don't tell me anything is impossible, because all things are possible when the power of will, creative imagination, the soul are set to purpose. That's how you do it, folks. Focus, direct intent, imagine it already occurred, because when you imagine it, it already did occur. And on an astral plane, in a different level, in what is really the real world, not this world. And then feel the joy that it happened, and then allow it to happen. And when you practice this technique, always do it in the hypnagogic state, the state between wakefulness and sleep. That's where the power is. You all have the power. Use it.